A Robbinsdale man faces possible charges for entering an area he wasn't supposed to be in and shutting off the oxygen supply for the entire North Memorial Health Hospital. According to a search warrant filed on Friday, the man climbed a chain link fence, then broke metal clasps and zip ties to shut off the oxygen. The incident happened last month. The search warrant says the incident could have resulted in serious harm or death to patients. Fortunately, that did not happen. Court records show the 39-year-old suspect was previously convicted of a misdemeanor for tampering with Xcel Energy gas meters. The news of basketball legend Kobe Bryant's death has sent shockwaves around the world. It also is having an impact locally. Bryant's death has prompted a surge in interest from people wanting to get their hands on his memorabilia. The owner of Papa Hawk Sports and Collectibles in Golden Valley says he's already sold 10 Kobe Bryant items on eBay since news of his death broke Sunday afternoon. The store's inventory includes Kobe Bryant basketball cards and Sports Illustrated covers. But owner Mark Hochstetter expects it all to be gone by the end of the week.
I'm currently sitting on probably about 100 Kobe cards right now, and a few other items, but nothing, it won't be here by the end of the week because everybody will want something to remember him by, especially if they haven't collected any of his stuff before.
Hochstetter says he doesn't plan to raise prices on any of that merchandise, but he expects Kobe Bryant memorabilia to jump in value by about 20 or 30% of what it was worth prior to his death. A new restaurant opened recently in Maple Grove. It's not only a new concept for the northwest suburbs, but a new concept nationally. As Corey Bork reports in this week's Business Matters, Pizza Karma brings global personality to pizza.
It defines how pizzas are made.
At Pizza Karma in Maple Grove, there's a way of making pizza you may not have seen before.
You have wood-fired pizzas, you have coal-fired pizzas, you have brick oven-fired pizzas. And this is the first kind that is actually fired in a clay oven.
Raghavan Iyer came up with the concept.
It's been brewing in me for years.
He's traveled the world and authored several books on food. His favorite? Well, that's easy.
Pizza, and the other one is potatoes. That's why I have a potato pizza on the menu. So
he helped show us how his pizzas are made.
The inside of the oven that makes it extremely unique in a way. It can go up to 700 to 800 degrees Fahrenheit. Also, the beauty of the dough, it has to be soft enough for it to be spreadable.
Iyer says 80% of the world uses clay ovens for cooking.
As soon as he slaps the dough in there, it starts to bubble.
The bubbles in the dough mean the temperature is perfect.
The goal is to just go ahead and cook it 3/4 of the way.
After the dough is removed from the clay oven.
See, that is the perfect temperature right now. It's peeling, the crust is looking gorgeous back there.
Then it's on to the toppings.
He's making our signature chicken kebab pizza.
Pizza Karma takes flavors popular from around the world.
And he's topping it off with one of our signature sauces, which is a tomato fenugreek sauce. We've got a half a dozen signature pizzas that if you come and sample those 6 pizzas, you really are traveling the globe.
Once the toppings are ready, the pizza is cooked a second time. Chef Jamar George has been hearing a lot of compliments.
The first impression that you get from the customer when they come up to you, they'd be like, great food. And then after that, they would say, well, how do you guys make this?
I created the menu.
For Raghavan Iyer, it's a concept he hopes to expand.
People have really loved, coming here and sampling something that is very different. You may not speak any other language, but you do speak the language of food.
For Business Matters, Corey Bork, CCX News.
A Brooklyn Center teacher is being honored for his work in the classroom. Eric Nelson explains how Thomas Parks helps local youth.
The Brooklyn Bridge Alliance is saluting 9th grade geography teacher Thomas Parks in a really cool way.
It's pretty sweet.
Parks has spent 8 years at Brooklyn Center High School and was blown away when he found out he was named the 2019 champion for accelerating youth in the Brooklyns over 3 other educators.
I see like these 4 people, one of which I know pretty well and is amazing. And then I'm reading about these other 2 people, and then I see my name, and there's like this, oh, like, what am I doing in this?
BC students connect with Parks, who is likable and approachable. They relate to his low-key style.
That really helps, especially at BC, because a lot of kids, they like personal space, and he'll give you that. He's not like one of the teachers that are always on you, and that's what a lot of kids like about him.
Parks has a background working in nonprofits. His teaching philosophy is simple.
For me, it's student first. elevate student voice, elevate the work, and show up for me, show up equally as a student as much as I would as an educator.
The way he connects with you, it helps you more. Like it just brightens up your day. It makes you want to actually work.
Each day at Brooklyn Center is unique, and Parks embraces being part of a multicultural campus.
I grew up in Iowa with very little ethnic diversity. You have the benefit of growing up as internationals, like people.
Parks has a passion for his profession, and this honor is like a cherry on top of the sundae.
It's nice to be recognized. It's really nice to say, hey, you're doing something right, keep doing that.
He's a great teacher, and if you ever come to BC and you're a freshman and he's still here, treat him good because he'll treat you good.
In Brooklyn Center, I'm Eric Nelson, CCX News.
The Champion for Accelerating Youth Award is done through a community vote of 367 people in all age ranges. There's a new high school club taking flight, and Cooper High School is emerging as an early leader. This weekend, the Robbinsdale Cooper Hawks won the West Side Showdown drone competition. This new club requires students to build a drone and then race it in a series of races. Engineering students formed a club at Cooper High School about 3 weeks ago, and they won over 2 teams from Benilde St. Margaret's and 1 from Edina. If you'd like to learn more, we would too. We're working with the Cooper coaches for another story, telling us more about this emerging drone competition. Watch for that one on our website, ccxmedia.org.
Back in the year 2000, Park Center High School fielded its own teams of both boys and girls hockey. The Pirates girls dominated their sport that winter. Saturday at Osseo Ice Arena, home now to the Osseo Park Center Co-op program, the Pirates' 1999-2000 state championship team was recognized for its accomplishments, which included a 24-1 record. 10 players from that Park Center team came back for a special on-ice ceremony featuring several outstanding players, including future Olympian and Hockey Hall of Famer Chrissy Wendell. Park Center beat Anoka 6-0 in the title game and became the school's first state championship team in girls athletics. For the players who were on hand Saturday, it was just great to connect again.
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool to think about. I actually was looking back at an old post with the picture of the team, and, you know, Aaron Ficken, who couldn't be here today, was like, you know, we didn't know what we had at the time, and, you know, we had a lot of very talented girls, and it's just a great group of girls, and so it's really cool to see everyone back and, you know, kind of look back on all those memories that we had.
Crazy, because it's been 20 years. It's kind of fun, though, just being able to see them now with their kids. A lot of times we kind of went our own ways, and everybody kind of is all over the place. So fun to be back here, especially in this rink where I grew up and had so many memories in youth hockey all the way up, and just to be on this side of town has been fun.
To commemorate the occasion, the current Osseo Park Center team wore old Park Center jerseys for their game with Hastings. Injuries forced pro boxer Caleb Truax to fight only 2 rounds in the last 17 months. But the Osseo native was healthy and back in action on Saturday night against David Basa Amjuvuli. Truax warming up with trainer Tom Halstead before the 10-round super middleweight bout. The action heats up in the 3rd round. Truax lands a counter left hook. 4th round, Truax attacks and scores a big right hand. And then the 7th round, another right hand by Truax, staggering Basa Amjuvuli. Golden fights off the ropes in the 8th and lands a right hook. Truax said he was disappointed with his effort, but he still gets a majority decision victory. He is scheduled to fight again on February 15th in Nashville, Tennessee. We are just a few weeks away from the end of the regular season in boys hockey. In Northwest Suburban Conference play, it was a good matchup when Totino Grace and Champlin Park faced off Saturday in their lone regular season meeting. First period, the Eagles' Kyle Heffron dropping the puck back to Sam Thielen. He scores the second Grace goal in 32 seconds in the period to put them up 2-0. The Rebels, though, get a power play goal late in the period. Ethan Muss will tuck in the rebound off the Hogan Sinjum shot, and it's a 2-1 game after 1. Second period, Sinjum gets the loose puck, and he is off to the races. The sophomore with a great goal here, his team-high 12th of the season, and it's 2-2. Now watch this goal coming up. Tanner Thompson's shot goes over the net and off the glass. It caroms up off the ice, rolling back off the goalie and in. And worth another look as this one goes back in, and that ties the game up at 3. But Totino Gray scores the next 2 goals. Heffron from a sharp angle here on the power play gives the Eagles a 4-3 lead. They go on to win at 5-4. The two Robbinsdale District Wrestling teams went head-to-head action on Friday night. Armstrong and Cooper met in the annual Robbinsdale Rumble, this time at Cooper. After a pair of Cooper forfeits, Armstrong Sam Sabitsky works through and gets the pin over Antonio Chapman at 120 pounds. At 138, Armstrong's Diego Truax gets the pin here. He dominates the match. Armstrong up 36-0 at this point. Murray Easley's turn on 160 for Armstrong. He'll pin Caleb McMurray. The Falcons building a 54-0 lead, aided by several open weights for Cooper. 195, Ethan Embach of Armstrong using this single leg gets the takedown on the way to an 11-2 win. Cooper does win the last 2, but it's mostly Armstrong as they win the Rumble 66-9 over Cooper.